Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Ukraine came under another large-scale Russian drone attack overnight into the 22nd of January. Authorities report that nearly 100 Russian drones were launched, with multiple hits and infrastructure damage recorded across several regions. The southern port city of Odessa, which has endured daily strikes for several weeks, was once again targeted overnight. A Russian strike drone hit a high-rise residential building, forcing the evacuation of 58 residents. Authorities report no casualties at this time. In the neighboring Kherson region, which also remains under constant shelling, a Russian drone struck a residential building in the city's center. One woman was killed while 6 others sustained wounds, according to local officials. In Dnipro, 2 people were wounded after a Russian strike hit an office building, causing damage to civilian infrastructure. Meanwhile, Ukraine responded with drone strikes inside Russia. Ukrainian drones reportedly struck fuel infrastructure in the Taman port of the Krasnodar region. 4 fuel storage tanks caught fire, 3 people were killed and 8 others wounded. This marks the second consecutive day of Ukrainian drone attacks on Russia's Krasnodar region. The Taman transshipment complex, located in the area, is one of the largest Russian logistics hubs in the Black Sea region. The port of Taman plays a key role in exporting oil, gas and other cargo, serving as a major node for Russia's international trade routes. And now, we're moving on to the battlefield. In the Liman area, Russian troops are reportedly close to isolating a Ukrainian bridgehead on the left bank of the Siversky Donetsk river. Ukrainian military observers warn that the situation is deteriorating, saying Russian forces are now just a few kilometers away from fully cutting off the Liman bridgehead. Russian assault units are also probing Liman's defenses, infiltrating the area in small tactical groups. On the Pokrovsk axis, Russian forces are attempting to seize the town of Rodinske, located north of Pokrovsk, while Russian units have established positions in small groups near the Dobropilya salient. Ukrainian analysts say that despite earlier claims by Russia's defense ministry, there is no confirmed capture of Rodinske. According to these same analysts, Russia is concentrating its forces on the eastern outskirts of Rodinske, relying on assault actions and infiltration tactics. Control of the town is seen as critical for Moscow's plans to fully seize the Pokrovsk-Mirnograd agglomeration. In the Donetsk region, Ukrainian units implemented engineering solutions prepared in advance against enemy assault groups. And this is a rather subtle way of saying that once Russian troops entered an abandoned building instead of temporary shelters, the structures were remotely detonated, falling right on the top of them. This strategy is in response to the enemy's tactic of using destroyed civilian buildings as strongholds for gathering infantry. Preemptive mining affords Ukrainian forces the ability to inflict casualties without direct contact, disrupt further advances and force the enemy to abandon their positions. Moving on, let us now show you archival footage from autumn of 2025. On the front line, where every second can prove decisive, a soldier from the 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade spotted an enemy FPV drone approaching his position just in time. He made a split-second decision to, despite the risk of revealing his location, open fire. His calculations were accurate. Small arms, coolness of head and precision, and the drone was destroyed.
Вот она.
In the Liman sector, Signum battalion operators continue to systematically clear the airspace of enemy reconnaissance and strike UAVs. According to confirmed data, 5 Lancet strike drones, 2 KVO-type UAVs, 3 Zala reconnaissance drones and 2 Supercam drones operated by Russian occupiers were destroyed during combat. Now, fun fact, the name KVO attached to one of the drones is a reference to a late 9th and early 10th century prince, Oleg the Wise, to whom legends attribute the power prophecy. Well, unfortunately for Russia and their drones, they don't really possess any such powers. And again, seeing this footage, you should actually have this sort of ka-ching moment, specifically negative ka-ching for Russia, because some of these drones, like, the flying wing types, they tend to be quite expensive. So Ukraine actually degrading Russia's capability of performing reconnaissance of the territory is also degrading Russia's finances, which has to be a good thing. Now, moving on, and another blow has been delivered to the logistics of Russia's shadow fleet, according to reports from yesterday. In the Caribbean Sea, US forces intercepted the tanker Sagitta, which was used to export Russian oil and petroleum products from ports in the Baltic and Pacific region. Now, the ship was flying the flag of Guyana, a typical tactic for disguising its origin and circumventing sanctions. According to available information, Sagitta is part of an unofficial network of ships involved in the transportation of Russian energy resources outside international control. It is these tankers that provide the financial flow maintaining the Kremlin's war in Ukraine. The Caribbean interception shows that the geography for countering the shadow fleet is no longer limited to Europe or Asia. Control over sea lanes is becoming global, and Moscow's attempts to hide oil under foreign flags has become increasingly risky for them. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and please stay with us here on TVP World.